Hi, I'm David with Agriculture in the Classroom, and today we're going to be talking about germination journals. But in order to have a germination journal, you first have to do some type of germination activity so that you can have those things to look at for your journal. We're going to be using cucumber seeds today, and we're going to be making one of our germination necklaces. On our website, that lesson can be found labeled as Soy Boy, using soybean seeds, but that lesson can actually be done with any type of seed. I've used cucumbers before, I've used corn, pumpkins, a variety of different seeds. One of my favorites to use is beets, because as they start to germinate, the roots are coming out and they're a nice bright red. So they're always a fun one to have if beet seeds are available. So we have our seeds. I'm just dump those out and set our packet aside, because that's actually going to become the cover for our journal. Have our seeds, and I'm going to use a little bit of water. I'm going to wet a cotton ball. You don't want it to be too wet, because if it's too wet, your seeds are going to rot. If it's too dry, your seeds won't germinate. So you need to have to hit a happy medium there. I normally put a couple of seeds in when I'm doing this, because if you have just one seed and you don't have a 100% germination rate, you're going to end up with someone who's not very happy because their seeds haven't germinated. So put in 2 or 3. I'm going to put them into a small zip top bag. These can be found in a craft store or in a craft department of one of our local stores. Small baguettes, a lot of times found with jewelry and beads. So they're a great one to use for the necklace type of germination activity. Put that down in there so you can see the seeds in contact with the cotton ball, and then we're going to squeeze that, zip it shut. Then I'm going to use a hole punch and punch a hole right above the zipper. The reason I punch above the zipper is so that air will not get into that cotton ball and dry it out. I'm going to thread a piece of yarn right through the hole, and then we're going to tie that. So this becomes our necklace, like so. And then your students can wear that around their neck while they're at school and actually see those seeds as they're starting to grow and germinate. Now that we have that made, there are many other activities that you can do to look at germination. One of my favorites is called Garden in a Glove, and that's when you use actually 5 different types of seeds. With this one we have radishes, pumpkins, beets, wheat, and lettuce, and you can compare all those different things as they are germinating and starting to grow. Another one that we have is called Model Greenhouse, putting 4 or 5 cotton balls in there with different types of seeds. Same concept as Garden in a Glove, except they're all in the same bag, one sandwich size zip top bag, and then with a paper frame around it entitled My Little Greenhouse. One other one that we do, a germination cup with a variety of different seeds in there, so you can see those roots starting to grow down. And this is just a paper napkin on the inside that we've moistened, and then put that inside a large zip top bag, and that helps retain moisture, and you can see your seeds starting to grow in there. So there are the variety of different germination activities that you can do in order to have students observe those things and then make their germination journal. With the germination journal, we're going to save our seed packets, the cucumbers that we used earlier. We're going to cut this. I'm going to cut the flap off, like so. And then as you're looking at the seed pack, we're going to cut off the right side just a little bit, so this will be open. And then we're going to cut across the bottom. So that's open like that. This becomes the cover for our garden journal, or our germination journal. Then we're going to put some paper in here. This is 8.5 by 11 paper that I've cut vertically. We're going to fold it in half. I have about 3 sheets of paper there, so we'll end up with 6 pages. Slide that inside. Use your scissors to cut that off. You can set these aside and make like a little mini journal later on. Have students make their own cover for that. Then open that up. Use a nice large stapler, and we're going to staple that right on that line where we folded the paper. Like so. As your students are observing their seeds, watching them germinate, each day they should check these, make notes, make drawings inside their journal, going from page to page. And we have some that we've already made that I want to show you. And they are here. This can be done a variety of different ways. You could have students graphing, putting a graph inside. For example, day 1, no growth. Day 3, we have a little bit of growth there, and we've marked these in inches along the side and showing how much the seeds have grown up to day 7. If you want, students can actually write in there, making comments about their seeds, or they could make drawings of what the seeds are doing from day to day, showing how the leaves are starting to sprout and so on and so forth. Once your seeds have germinated, the leaves are appearing, the roots are appearing, you may terminate the experiment at that point, or unzip the top of the bag, take those out, and actually plant them in a pot and let them continue to grow, or plant them out in the school garden. I recommend putting them in a pot, letting the plant develop more roots, more leaves, and continue to grow on a little bit more. Then transplant that out into a larger pot or out into your school garden so that students can see the plant mature. That's totally up to you with how you would like to handle that experiment within your classroom. So I hope this will help you out as you're working with your students in developing some germination activities and then being able to record that with their Germination Journal.